Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 10, and here we will discuss about religion in Britain. But before that, let me introduce my group first. My name is Adisty Alviannisa.
And my name is Lusi Nuraeni.
And Akbar, who coincidentally couldn't join us because he's out of town. Uh, Also, there are 9 table of contents. The first is religious history, the Christian tradition, the Roman Catholic Church, the non-Christian tradition, other non-Christian religious, cooperation among the churches, religion in schools, religious membership and observance, and the last is attitudes to religion and morality. And the first one is religious history, will be explained by Lucy.
Okay, now I will explain about the religious history. Christianity in Britain began before AD 400 and during the Roman occupation, but it was not widespread or permanent. Ireland was converted to Christianity around AD 432 by St. Patrick, who broke the faith from Rome. The Anglo-Saxons of southern England were converted by St. Augustine and other more, sent by Pope Gregory, who founded Canterbury in 597. The church provided educated advisor and administrator, establishing the connection between church and state. Southern English Christianity was based on the belief of the Church of Rome, while Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and Northern England had a more Celtic identification. Christianity became a central force in society, with a hierarchy of monks, prince, bishop, and archbishop. However, relations between England and Rome became difficult in the 16th century, with English kings envying the church's wealth and power. Henry VIII established a national church despite being a Protestant. He defended the papacy against Martin Luther in 1521, earning the title Fide Defensor. The European Reformation led to a shift in the English, Scottish, and Welsh churches, with Scotland and Ireland remaining mostly Roman Catholic. The Protestant Church of Scotland was founded in 1560 during Henry VIII's reign. Mary Tudor attempted to restore the Roman Catholic faith with Pilate. Elizabeth I established the Protestant status of the Church of England through the church settlement, which included the 39 Articles of Faith and the Book of Common Prayer. English replaced Latin in church documents and service and priests were allowed to marry. The English Church occupied an intermediate position between Roman Catholicism and the Protestant of Europe. However, religious arguments continued, leading some Protestants to form their own organization, nonconformists, which are no member of the three churches. The civil war between Protestant parliamentarians and Catholic loyalists led to Oliver Cromwell's protectorate. After Cromwell's death, religious modernity was restored, but minority religions continued to suffer, including the Roman Catholic Church, Jews, and nonconformists. Most restrictions were removed in the early 19th century. In the 8th century, religious life in Britain was influenced by various groups, including the Methodist Evangelical Wing and Nonconformism Sect. The Methodists, founded in 1739, focused on the emotional aspect of salvation and religion, but were eventually forced to separate. Methodists influenced the evangelical wings, which based their faith on a literary interpretation of the Bible and humanitarian idealism. Today, the Law Church wing of the Church of England is influenced by evangelicalism and nonconformism. Nonconformists like the Baptist emergence in response to the Church of England, particularly in Wales. The Oxford Tractarian movement, which emerged in the 1830s, emphasized the Church's connection to Roman Catholicism and used elaborate rituals in its service. Immigrants introduced further religion diversity, including Muslim mosques, Sikh and Hindu temples, and West Indian churches like Pentecostalists. In contemporary Britain, religion freedom is maintained with, with no religion discrimination and no religion bar to holding public office except for the monarch being a member of the Church of England. So this is the structure of the Christian churches. The next, the Christian tradition. The Church of England is the national church in England, led by the monarch and appointed by the monarch on the advice of the Prime Minister. Parliament has a voice in its organization and ritual, but the church doesn't receive financial aid from the state. The church has a special relationship with the state, but there are calls for its disestablishment to gain autonomy over its affairs. The church is based on an episcopal hierarchy, with the Archbishop of Canterbury and York, 24 senior bishops, and 44 dioceses. The dioceses are divided into some 30,000. Most parishes have a priest and have additional assistant priests who primarily reside in rent-free accommodation in a vicarage. The church's main financial research comes from its substantial property and investment holding holding making it the third largest landowner in Britain. The Church Commissioner administers assets estimated at over 400 million, which are used to finance expensive demands such as clergy salaries, maintenance of church and cathedral, and activities in Britain and abroad. However, recent years have seen a serious deflation of the church's finances due to investment values and increasing demand on its capital finance. The Church of England is a broad church with diverse beliefs and practice. Priests have freedom to conduct service ranging from elaborate ritual to simple function presentation. The High Church, which includes 20% of church membership, emphasizes tradition and Roman Catholic influence, while the Low Church, which represents 15% focus on simplicity and literal interpretation of the Bible. However, these ranks do not always cooperate with some priests incorporating contemporary music and theater to appeal to younger congregation. Priests face various challenges, especially in the deprived, deprived and inner city areas beyond their religious role. The Church of England's membership is difficult to determine due to inadequate register. Membership is assumed when a person is baptized, but only 14% of the English population has been baptized. Only a fifth of those baptized are compared, and 1.8 million people are members. The Church is the second largest Christian faith after Roman Catholicism, but numbers are declining slowly due to retirement. Many Britain may nominally identify with the Church of England, even though they are not members. Local church councils and representatives to diocese council where matters of common concern are discussed. Case might then be sent to the General Synod, the national governing body, which has spiritual, legislative, and administrative function, and make decisions on subjects such as the ordination of women priests. The debate has split the church into factions, driving some members and clergy from the Roman Catholic Church. The Church of England, also known as the Anglican Church, is part of the worldwide communion of churches, comprising around 19 million people in the British to Irish Isles, and about most of these churches have women priests and bishops. The Lambeth Conference, held every 10 years in London, is a high-profile meeting of Anglican bishops influencing doctrine, relation with other churches, and attitude toward political and society questions. The Church of England, predominantly middle and upper class, in associated with the ruling establishment and authority. However, there is a conflict between traditionalists who maintain traditional form and belief and modernists who seek a more engaged and adventurous church to attract contemporary congregation. The church has been more open discussing social and political issues in contemporary Britain, such as inner city condition and government policies. This has led to conflict with the conservative government and low popularity among politicians. Critics argue that the church lacks authority and charm and must modernize its attitude, organization, and value to remain a vital force in British life. The Church of Scotland, also known as the Great Kirk, is the second established church in Britain has being recognized and the official national church since 1707. It is separate from the Church of England, has its own organizational structure, and decided its own doctrines and practice. Established in 1516 by John Knox, the church followed Calvin teachings and developed the first form of Presbyterian Protestantism, which involves government by ordained minister and elected elder. The church independence from parliamentary supervision ensures its spiritual freedom and autonomy. The church operates under a democratic structure, with local churches governed by a kirk session consisting of minister and elder. Ministers, including women, have equality. The General Assembly, led by elected moderator, is the supreme organizational body with approximately 6,000 adult members. Next, the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church in Britain faced persecution and discrimination after the Reformation. Despite restoration and abating suspicion by 1850, reservations about Catholicism persisted. Today, Catholicism is widely practiced in Britain, enjoying complete religion freedom. There are 7 Roman Catholic provinces, 29 dioceses, and over 3,000 parishes, with the Cardinal Archbishop of Westminster in England and the Duke of Norfolk as the senior lay Catholic. Northern Ireland has 1 province with 6 dioceses. The Roman Catholic Faith in Britain has 5 million nominal members, with 1.9 million active participants. Regular weekly observance is just over a million, making it the largest Christian church in this country. The church emphasizes education for its children and requires members to raise them in the Catholic faith. There are voluntary schools for Catholic pupils, sometimes staffed by religious orders, and social work such as nursing and child care. Okay, the next will explain by Adisty.
The free churches. The free churches are non-conformist Protestant sects that have not been established like the churches of England and Scotland. They reject episcopal rule and hierarchical structures, often ordain women ministers. The history has been marked by schisms and separation, leading to various sects. Their egalitarian beliefs are reflected in the promotion of the Labour Party and the radical wing of the old Liberal Party. They are strongest in Northern England, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland, with most membership originating from the working class. The Methodist Church, established in 1784 by John Wesley, is the largest free church with 353,000 adult member and 1.3 million community. Its doctrinal and administrative disputes were settled in 1932, and independent Methodist churches still exist in Britain and abroad. Attempts to unify the Methodists and the Church of England failed in 1960s and 1970s. Some ministers of these denominations share their churches and services. The Baptists, formed in the 17th century, are grouped in associations of churches, with most belonging to the Baptist Union of Great Britain and Ireland, which has a membership around 145,000. The Congregational Church in England and Wales, originating from 16th century Puritanism, merged with the Presbyterian Church in 1972 to form the United Reformed Church, with 96,500 members. It now has 96,500 members. The Salvation Army, founded in 1865, focuses on saving souls through practical Christianity and social concert, with 55,000 active members. It has centers nationwide to help the homeless, abused, poor, sick, and needy. Other Christian churches. The number of smaller free churches and non-conformist Christian denominations in Britain is decreasing, but there are still many larger Christian churches. These groups value their independence and origins, leading to a variety of religious practices. For instance, the Religious Society of Friends, Quakers, has experienced the increase in membership since the early 20th century due to their pacifism and social work. There has also been a significant increase in enthusiastic Christian churches, which are independent groups with half a million members and emphasize the miraculous and spiritual aspects of the New Testament. Fundamentalist evangelical groups have also been increasing. This diversity of religious groups creates a varied religious life in Britain, reflecting a growing disenchantment with the traditional, heavy, and formal style of larger churches. The non-Christian tradition. The Jewish community in North London, which began with the Norman conquest, has 283,000 members, is the second largest Jewish population in Europe. It consists of Sephardim and Ashkenazim, with the majority being Orthodox and minorities being Reformed liberal. The community is divided into 250 local synagogues and Jewish schools. The majority of Jews live in North London, with the East End being a traditional Jewish settlement. However, the community has declined in the past 20 years due to this disenchantment with religion, increased civil and mixed marriages. Immigration by young Jews allow birth rate and an aging population of active practitioners. Some British Jews view their Jewishness as a matter of birth, while others view it as a matter of deep religious beliefs and practice. Despite this, the majority still maintain a global identity with Jewish history. Other non-Christian religions. There are now 2 million Muslims, of whom some 665,000 regularly attend mosque. Mosques are associated with Pakistan and Bangladesh, but there are other groups from India, Arab countries, and Cyprus. The Islamic Culture Center and its Center Mosque in London are the largest Muslim institution in the West, and there are mosques in virtually every British town with a concentration of Muslim people. In Britain, there are 400,000 active Sikh and Hindu religious adherents, mostly from India, with many temples in Asian settlements. About 50,000 active Buddhists also participate. Non-Christian religions make up 1.4 million active members, representing a significant growth area compared to Christian churches. However, these communities make up a small proportion of the total British population, with 46% remaining Christian despite the growth of agnostics, atheists, and those without a denominational identity. They have altered British society's religious landscape and influenced employment conditions, as they have to follow their religious observances and customs. They have also expressed their opinions on issues such as Muslim demand for state-funded school, outrage against British author Salman Rushdie's novel The Satanic Verses, and claims of discrimination against their religion by British law and politicians. Cooperation among the churches. The intolerance and bigotry of Christian denominations in Britain have gradually weakened after centuries of hostility, restrictions, and repression. There is now considerable cooperation between the churches, but this doesn't reach ecumenism. Discussions continue between the Roman Catholic Church and other Christian churches about closer ties, and an Anglican Roman Catholic Commission explores points of unity. The old enmity between Protestants and Catholics has been reduced. However, animosity continues in parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland. Churches together in Britain and Ireland, presided over by the Archbishop of Canterbury, works towards common action and Christian unity. The Free Church Federal Council also works towards global cooperation. Some see cooperation efforts as positive, breaking down barriers and promoting unity, while others view them as signs of weakness due to declining memberships and lack of influence. The ordination of women varies in the Church of England may also threaten this movement. Churches need to adapt to modern life requirements to maintain membership and influence. Religious life in Britain has become more evangelical and cooperative to reflect diverse society and values. However, some traditionalists still want to preserve historical elements of religious belief, leading to tension between them and modernists in all religious groups. Religion in school. Non-denominational Christian religious education is legally compulsory in state schools in England and Wales, starting with collective worship and providing religious lessons focusing on Christianity and other faiths. However, if a pupil or parent has strong objection, they can opt out of the service or lessons. In Scotland, religious services and teaching are not compulsory. Religious lessons can take various forms and are not tied to specific Christendoms. While proposals are made to remove legal compulsion in religious education, it remains enshrined in the latest Education Acts. Some view religious education and collective worship as a way to raise moral standards and encourage social values, while others disagree, as many schools struggle to meet their religious legal obligation. Voluntary schools in Britain, funded by the state but controlled by church authorities like the Church of England, Roman Catholics, Judaism, and Methodism, are being pushed by the Labour government to increase their number due to their academic record and diversity. The Church of England and the Methodists are also pushing for more faith schools. However, concerns have been raised. The single faith schools could institutionalize segregation, lead to balkanization of British society, increase intolerance, lead to ignorance of other religions. The experience in Northern Ireland exemplifies the potential dangers of segregated schooling. Religious membership and observance. The decline in Christian church membership in the 20th century has continued, but there have been significant increases in free churches, non-Christian denominations, and new religious movements. Accurate religious information in Britain is difficult due to the denominations' methods of assessing membership figures. In 2001, census will provide more accurate information. A survey in British social attitudes 201 revealed that 27% of respondents considered themselves Church of England, 9% Roman Catholic, 4% Church of Scotland, 6 other Protestant, 10 other religion, and 44 had no religion. Over time, there has been a significant reduction in Church of England identification, an increase in people without a religion, and a rise in the other religion category. A survey revealed a slight decline in church attendance outside special occasions such as weddings, funerals, and baptism. Only 13% of all faiths attended a weekly service, while 44 never attended or particularly never. 10% attended at least twice a year, and 6% at least once a year. This suggests a large overall decline in church membership, but a smaller decline in actual church attendance. A legal marriage is now possible in places other than churches or registered offices, with only 25% British people married in religious buildings, and about 80% receiving religious burial and cremation. Attitude to religion and morality. There are two opposing views on religious life in modern Britain. The first suggests a decline in religious faith due to increasing secularization, while the second suggests a religious renewal in some churches and growth in others due to religious pluralism and diverse faiths. Despite institutional observance, people still hold still hold personal religious beliefs, including belief in God, sin, soul, heaven, life after death, and devil and hell. A British so a British societal attitudes survey found that belief in God had not changed in 1991, with 42 believing in a God, 22 not knowing, and 25 not believing, indicating a small decline in belief over time. People in modern Britain are becoming more individualistic and less dependent on church authorities, leading to a more personal approach towards religion. This shift is a distinction between formal religious observance and the private individual sphere of religious or moral feelings. Religion remains a factor in national life, with radio, television, and the press discussing religious and moral topics. Religious broadcasting attracts large audience figures, and recent reports suggest further demand for this type of communication. Religious Religion is also reflected in traditions, ceremonies, and national and individual morality. Religious denominations are relatively prominent in British life, actively involved in education, voluntary social work, and community care. Religious leaders publicly debate doctrine, so, social matters, political concern, and moral questions, not always within church limits. Large churches are unable to counteract secularization with increasingly aged congregations, leading to a lack of trust in others. Many Britons view life as less predictable, materialistic, and fast-moving, with society filled with mistrust, cynicism, and greed. People lack traditional faith in religion and instead trust in materialism, physical appearance, and individualism. However, there is a longing for spirituality, particularly among the 18 to 30 age group, which can lead to mysticism, alternative spiritual disciplines, New Age practices, paranormal telepathy, second sight, and astrology. These religious concerns influence personal morality and civic responsibility, with a majority of people identifying certain actions as morally wrong. British society has become more tolerant of various aspects, including sex in films, homosexuality, cohabitation outside marriage, soft drugs, alternative lifestyle, and euthanasia. A majority also believes it is worse to convict an innocent person than to let a guilty one go free. While attitudes towards authority remain conventional, many believe that children should be taught to respect honesty, good manners, and others. However, feelings have hardened towards individuals who reject society and encourage disobedience. Most respondents agree that schools should teach children to obey authority, but the number of people who believe the law should be obeyed without exception has fallen. This indicates a growing authoritarian posture in morals and social behavior, with a greater adherence to personal and social morality than official and legal restraints. So maybe that's all from our group. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.